Senator, great to have you. You know, I'm watching what's happening in your state at the border. We see the chaos there. You see what's happening to the economy. You see what's happening in Afghanistan. You see what's happening, war in Europe. And they didn't see the urgency of actually giving the weapons that would defeat Putin immediately. And now God only knows how long this is going to drag on. And all of these issues, Senator, including the high price of energy, were preventable to me. And they're all fixable. And that's what's frustrating the most to, I think, all Americans. That's why Joe's approval rating's 32%.
No, Sean, you're exactly right. And in many ways, it's breathtaking. You look issue by issue. This White House has gotten everything wrong. I mean, that's actually hard to do. I mean, literally, if they rolled dice at the floor, if they threw darts at the wall, they'd stumble in by accident to something right. But on spending, on debt, on economics, on the border, on foreign policy, it's all a train wreck. And you know, I've joked that you ought to bring Joe Biden down to Vegas and just have him pick red or black, bet on the opposite. You'd win every time. You'd be a rich man. You wouldn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. But there's actually a reason for this. The reason they're wrong 100 out of 100 times is they've handed the agenda over to the radical left, to the socialists. It's Bernie Sanders, it's AOC, it's Elizabeth Warren, and socialist policies don't work. So you take energy. Listen, $4.71 today is the average price of gas nationwide. Joe Biden isn't unhappy about that. He's in Tokyo celebrating, saying it's an incredible transition. Yeah, incredible for you. You fly a damn 747 where the taxpayers pay for your jet fuel. What Joe Biden is saying is if you at home, if you drive a pickup truck, to hell with you, you can't drive your pickup truck. If you have a Suburban, you got to get rid of that. If you've got a minivan, you got to get rid of that. We're all getting Toyota Priuses, although he's going to pitch it as we're all getting Teslas, but apparently someone's going to give us $100,000 to get one. It is the most arrogant contempt for working men and women in this country, and that is the view of the hard left. Let them eat cake. John Kerry, as he flies his private jet all over the globe, says, gosh, you got to give up your pickup truck because I care so much about the environment. And it's cruel and messed up. And I think the American people are really seeing it.
You know, Senator, we have, in terms of natural gas and our oil reserves in this country and our natural resources, we have the ability to be energy independent for 200 plus years. And that's without finding anything new, which we likely will. And for the life of me, I don't understand why they would beg a Venezuelan dictator, a murdering thug, beg OPEC that keeps rejecting them, and make a deal with the Iranian mullahs, make them rich again, just like our European allies are making Putin about $1 billion profit a day because they allowed themselves to become dependent on a hostile regime, and we pay the bulk of monies for their defense against Russia. So it all seems to come down to energy. Now, if somebody comes up with a brilliant idea, we could all have cheap energy and it's, you know, all green and I'm going to save money, I'm all for it. I'll take that deal. But right now that technology doesn't exist, Senator, as far as I know. I'm following the science.
Well, I'll tell you, we actually do have right now the best answer for cheap energy, which is American oil and American gas. When Joe Biden was sworn in, the average price of gas was a little over $2 a gallon. It's now $4.71 a gallon. He's nearly doubled the price of gas in less than a year and a half. And you want to actually talk about the environment? Look, the cleanest energy in the world, among the cleanest, is produced here in America. The United States is an oil superpower, is a natural gas superpower, the #1 producer in the world. We were a net energy exporter until Joe Biden came into power, and it is hurting the American people. It is zealots. I got to say, by the way, I watched the interview with John Kennedy. I love John Kennedy. He's got a great sense of humor, but I'm impressed. He pitched his website almost as well as Lindsay does. I'm feeling a little left behind, so I got to at least say TedCruz.org, TedCruz.org, TedCruz.org.
Well, by the way, I'll endorse you now, but when are you up, in 2024 or something?
2024, but I'm on the road every weekend between now and Election Day. All right. And I'm on Team Sean.
Thank you, sir. All right, when we come